So let's talk about actual booth safety. I highly recommend that one, you get lights that actually will illuminate your tent. You want to be able to see all your products, all the people in your tent, all the people that come to your tent. You don't want any shadows or dark spots, okay? I'm telling you right now, you don't want it. There's safety in that. Also, I would highly encourage you to get booth stakes or weights. If you don't want to do the weights, fine, get the stakes. But I've seen tents fly away. I've seen them fly away because people don't want to secure their stuff. And I don't understand all the money and time and effort that you put into your booth or into your products and stuff, and you don't want to stake your tent down. Your tent, when a good old gust of wind comes through and blows that tent away, you're going to be looking crazy, running all over the place. You'll also probably be liable for any damages that happen, anybody who gets hurt because you didn't do your due diligence. That's what I'm telling you right now. But there will be people who don't do that. I know this because I've been doing it a long time, and I repeat the same thing every single time I have an event. Everything you're hearing now, I'm going to repeat it for Boo Fest, for Kingwood, the Harvest Market, the Christmas Market. I'm going to keep repeating it until my face is blue. But I'm telling you, secure your tent. Please do it. Okay? Make sure your signage on your tent is secure. You don't want it falling off on people. You don't want it getting ripped off your tent. You don't want any of that. Secure the bag. Okay, secure it. Follow all the load in and load out procedures to keep traffic moving smoothly and make it easy for yourself. I want this to be easy for you, and this is another reason why I make sure that the main part of the booking is done a month in advance so that we can go and address all of these things and concerns throughout the month leading up to the event. There's absolutely no reason why anybody should really have any questions. We're going to get into food permits for the food vendors as well too. Because I've gotten a lot of questions about that. I want you guys to stay flexible. You know, weather, traffic, crowds can be very unpredictable, so we have to adapt gracefully, okay? Help out your neighbors if needed. I know some vendors, they're just one track minded, which we all are during event day, because it could be very stressful trying to load in. Not only are you following the rules and regulations of the venue and the event host, but you have your own team to manage. When I mean that could literally just be yourself managing your mind, your time, and all of that, making sure you have all your stuff. But some of you guys have friends and family helping you out. You want to make sure they're doing what they need to do and making sure they're following the rules too. It's a high intense setting sometimes for a lot of people. So this is why we put guardrails in place so you just don't lose it. Okay, because I've been in your position plenty of times. I've been a vendor at other events, and it is high stress. Okay, so if you do finish up and you get your things done, because I highly suggest you get yourself together first before you go out trying to help other people, because you might not get the favor returned. I'm just telling you. Okay, as just teamwork, okay? Teamwork creates a better environment for everybody. Vendors who show up professionally prepared and friendly not only sell more, but also build better relationships in the community and with their fellow vendors. So now let's pivot, okay? Let's talk about vendors who are doing food. Food and drink. I don't care if you're selling a popsicle or you're selling a pickle on a stick. I don't care if your food is packaged or what. In Montgomery County, they want everybody to have a food permit. It's not Harris County. So all these vendors that keep emailing me talking about, well, Harris County. This is not Harris County. This is Montgomery County. You want to do events in Montgomery County and you want to sell it to Montgomery County's people, you're going to do it the way Montgomery County wants. Now, if they tell you that you need a temporary food permit, you have to get it. If they want you to have insurance, which you have to be a food vendor, I don't care if you're selling a pickle on a stick or a packaged piece of gum, you're going to have a food permit, and you're going to have insurance. You know why? Because the health inspector is coming. She comes out all the time at all the events. She's going to be there today. It might this weekend. I mean, this event coming up. She's going to be there, or he, whoever it is this time. It was a she last time. They will be there, and they will have all the insurance paperwork from every vendor and the food permits stapled together, and they know exactly what booth you're at or what your truck looks like and all of that jazz, and they will go to every last food vendor. If you don't have your temporary food permit, which you should have, because I'm going to give it to her anyway, but if you don't get it to me and she ends up coming to you, then and you don't have it, you're going to be politely asked to leave, and you're not going to get a refund because you were told months in advance that you needed this, because I've been talking about this since last year. And if you're in food service, you should know the laws and the rules and the regulations of the counties, the cities, the states, whatever that you want to do business in. There's no way that you can be in food business or any type of business and not know the rules and regulations. So this is why I don't feel sorry for those who do get asked to leave, because you should know this information. I give the information to you, but just you as a business owner should know how to run your business legally, no matter where you are on this planet. Okay? You need to have a temporary food permit. If you don't want to go through the hassle of not remembering to bring it with you, it'd be best for you to just email me your temporary food permit. Email me your insurance. You have to have insurance. You have to have insurance, and you have to have township listed as one of the people who are covered. You have to. Food trucks, you guys don't have to have a temporary food permit because you guys have medallions. It's on your. It needs to be visible on your truck. You also, but you still need to have insurance, and you still need to list township as a benefactor or somebody who's covered, right? I have put all that information on the vendor page. I get the same questions all the time about that. I'm going to redirect you to the vendor page, but I'm also going to probably redirect you to this video because I talk about it. Just comply when it comes to this, because you don't want, like I'm telling you, I've watched it happen. You do not want to spend all this money on your food products just to be told you got to get up and go because you're trying to cut corners. Stop trying to cut corners. People that cut corners in business usually end up failing and being out of business because they don't want to follow the rules. Okay, just follow the rules. Okay, now what else? Is that it? I think that's it. Some honorable mentions. When it comes to payment, it is best to have a credit card machine, like credit, debit. I don't care. You could do tap, you could put it in, but we're talking about for ease of use. It's easier just to get one of those credit card machines that you tap or that you slide in. If you're going to have cash, which I suggest you take cash too, because we have a lot of people who don't want to use their credit or debit card. They have a set amount of money in cash. So I really highly suggest you bring a lot of ones, a lot of fives, and a lot of tens. Just from my experience, when somebody's bringing you $100 bill, really, I personally don't take $100 bills at my booth. I see vendors who do it, but if I was vending, I wouldn't take it, because what are you going to do with a $100 bill when you have to make change? Once you make your change, they take all your change and you're stuck with this $100 bill. And now you have to leave your booth to go get more change. So I say I would take credit card. I will push credit card faster. The people that say just scan this QR code to pay for your stuff, I personally don't think that's smart, because inventory counting, if you have products and you're saying, okay, this is $20, you could just scan this and cash at me or send me $20. How the heck are you supposed to know that $20 went to this product? You're not going to know. Those people who do that type of stuff, in my opinion, no shade, I don't think that's bad, but they're just selling the things. They're not really trying to see exactly what they sold, how much of it they sold, so they can see if they need a reorder or not. They're just selling their stuff. They're not really keeping inventory, keeping track, and doing actual retail management. They're not. They're just selling stuff. So I suggest, and plus you also open yourself up to theft, because if you got a booth full of people and there's only two of y'all, but people are picking up stuff. Oh, I like this. Oh, all I have to do is scan the QR code. What if they say they didn't scan the QR code? I mean, what if they say they did and they really didn't, and you got all these other people trying to ask you questions? You're probably just gonna be like, okay, thank you. And then you'll realize later that the math ain't mathin', because you got people who say they're scanning and they're not. I don't think that's a smart way. I rather bring up people individually. I think that's a smarter way of doing it. So yeah, change, making sure if you want to do the QR code, great. Make sure you bring something for people to actually put their stuff in. There's so many vendors that just won't invest in bags. Get on Vistaprint. Go get you some bags. They're paper bags, paper brown bags on Vistaprint. They got the medium size and they got the large size. And I think for the large size, you're probably gonna, if you want like 100 or a couple hundred, you're gonna spend like $180. It's worth it. You can even put your logo on it. You know, these are things that you have to invest in. But what I feel like, some people even go get the little thank you bags or whatever from the restaurant supply or whatever, and then they send people off in that. I personally think that's tacky. I personally rather have branded bags, but that's just me. No shade to those who do it, but have something for people to put their stuff in, because when they realize that you don't have a bag, then they get frustrated. Then they don't want to come back and shop you, because you weren't prepared for them to shop you, because now they bought all this stuff and you just expect them to carry it off in their hands. Bring bags of some sort. Just bring a bag. Bring bring literature meaning like a brochure, a card, something to send them off with their product in their bag, so they could come back and shop you later. A lot of people miss opportunities to make more money in their business because they don't want to invest in physical advertisement pieces, like physical things like that. Like, not everybody wants to tap their phone to your phone to get your virtual card. Not everybody likes that. Some people, you got people out here that are worried about identity theft and all that type of stuff, like, as they should. They don't want to tap your card. They don't want to scan your QR code on your phone all the time. They want you, nobody's asking them to do that at Target. Nobody's asking them to do that when they go to any other major retailer. They just get their stuff in the bag, the receipt, and the associate throws in a brochure or a card or a coupon. They want the same experience. They want the same experience. And if you're really trying to grow and you're trying to be that big, like be like the big retail, I always say do it like the big boys. They already did the science, they did the math, they did all the logistics, they did all the research. And what we see at predominantly every major department store is pretty much the same thing. All the vendors and everybody else like us trying to come up, we're trying to reinvent the wheel when we don't need to. We don't need to reinvent the wheel. What we need to do is just make our marketing and how we do business run better and smoother. But as far as the little things like that, that matters too. We don't have to reinvent the wheel when it comes to that. Just, they buy something, you slip something in, you slip a card, you slip a thank you note, you slip your brochure or your business card in, and you're done. You don't have to tell them what it is. They're going to see what it is when they get home. Okay, you don't have to do all the extras. You don't have to tell them, but you don't need to do any of that, because people at market, they're trying to see what else is out there, and they don't want to spend too much time at your booth. So make it count really quickly. Okay. Let's see what else. I want to make sure I've covered everything else. That basically is it, you guys. If you think of anything that I could talk about or you want me to talk about and do a video on, let me know in the comment section. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. By Saturday, everybody should have their booth number, their load-in time, and all of that jazz by Saturday. I expect to see you guys marketing by Monday at the latest. The earliest Sunday, if you're not doing it already. But I expect tag the Livable Forest, okay? Tag Booth Fest, do all the things do all the things. I expect you guys to be posting in the community about your products and services and what you're selling and all that jazz too. Like all the stuff that y'all post on Facebook, y'all could post it on the Livable Forest. It's not an information app where you just get information about booths. I don't know who told y'all that, but it's an actual social media platform for Houston. That's why you have more lookers and shoppers than you do vendors, okay? But if you're gonna do a vendor, if you're gonna be on here, you might as well utilize it for your advantage, okay? Yeah, so that's it, and I will pop in at another time and maybe we can talk about some other things that I've seen online in the vendor world and we can address them. But as of right now, that is it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.